Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Hopefully, everybody has finished or is almost finished with your research papers. I am looking forward to reading those. I wanted to make a couple of comments. One is about the research papers and the critiques, and the other is about the Module 11 assignment. So first of all, let me just remind you that the Module 10 assignment had some readings and a quiz. So if all you did was turn in your research paper, you probably need to go back to Module 10, do the readings, and take the quiz. That quiz is in lieu of you having to actually have a discussion about the readings since we're going to be looking at the papers in our discussion this week. Just a reminder. Second of all, a few of you I know are late with your papers, and I don't want to penalize anybody right now because the world is very stressful. I'm finding it hard to focus myself on my own work, and I know that that's probably true for a lot of you. We all are stuck inside. We don't have everything we want. We don't have the ability to go to the gym, maybe. We don't have the ability to visit people that are very dear to us sometimes, and we might be worried about those people. So I'm trying to cut everybody a little slack. But if you have your paper and it's almost ready and it's coming, you might want to shoot a note out to the person who signed up to critique it about the timing on that. Um, and for those of you who have looked for the person's paper that you're supposed to critique and it isn't there, you might want to shoot them an email and ask them if it's coming. If you haven't heard anything back from them by, say, tomorrow, sometime in the middle of the day, so that you have time to get it done by Wednesday, or if you haven't found a paper, then I'm going to just suggest that you go ahead and look at the papers that are already turned in. Find one with a title or a subject matter that is very interesting to you and go ahead and critique that. I'd rather that everybody have somebody to critique them, but under the circumstances, I think papers are coming in a few days late, and I don't want to be too hard on people. We've already got enough stress going on. All right, so that's the story about the papers, and let's leave it at that. Okay, so I want to talk to you also about Module 11. I got a question about why you have to write up both of the scenarios. And let me tell you why. So I'm going to assume that managing a volunteer is something that's new to most of you, and that the coaching techniques, which are really asset-based coaching techniques as opposed to criticism-based coaching techniques, are something that you're not that familiar with. So what I've had you do is I've given you two different scenarios, and honestly, it doesn't matter what order you do them in. I've asked you to find somebody to role play them with you. I've given you a scenario. I've given you uh, a, a frame of mind or a point of view of each of the people in the scenarios so that you know where they're coming from, and whoever takes whichever role, can play from that place. And then when you're done with the role-playing scenario, I've asked you to have a discussion and answer some questions about your experience, and I've given you the specific questions to discuss. So I was asked, why do we need to write up both discussions? They'll probably be just the same. And I'm going to guess, actually it's not a guess because we've been doing this in this class for a number of semesters, that they won't be the same, and here's why. The first time will be your first draft, so to speak, right? And then you're going to have this reflective opportunity to think about what just happened, to discuss it, to answer some very specific questions about what happened and why it happened. And from that discussion, the awareness of what happened, why it happened, I'm going to predict that you're going to be a lot better in your second role play. And so I'm going to then ask you to discuss the second role play to see how that worked, let's see if it works even better now that that's your second time and you're much more heightened awareness of what went well and what went poorly and some ideas for how to fix it. So no, they will not be the same twice. I think you will find that the second role play will go a lot more smoothly. Now, if you don't want to write up to, then what you can do instead is videotape your discussion with your role play partner. And then you can just pop the videotape up there. Remember, excuse me, I've got something itching on my nose. We're supposed to keep our hands off of our face. Fortunately, mine are clean. I've been indoors all day and I wash them incessantly, and I hope you do that too. Anyway, the you can just video your discussion after the role play. You don't have to video the whole role play, just video the discussions and put those up. And remember, you need to upload them to either YouTube or Vimeo first, and then use the link to embed your video in the discussion instead of trying to upload the discussion, because nobody will download your discussion onto their equipment and watch it. They don't want all those space-taking video bites on their computers or their phones. So if you have any questions, let me know. And I also guess I should say I will start grading the papers. I've already started in actually on a couple of them. But it takes me a long time to read every word and to make comments. And also, if you happen to upload your paper as a PDF file, can you please just in the comments section where you can attach something, upload a Word doc for me so that I can put comments to you right on your document. It is too difficult for me to put them on a PDF file, and I won't be able to do it. So if you would like actual comments back, please send me a Word doc instead of a PDF if that's what you happen to upload. Okay, that's it. I hope everybody is doing okay. I hope you know what the resources are for you if you have any problems during this crazy crisis. And if you don't, please feel free to shoot me an email. And remember that if you find you've lost your job, that ASU has now figured out that they're going to replace people's jobs. They have a list of jobs that are out there in the community that people are trying to fill, and they also have a list of ASU jobs. So if you need help, and if you need some other kind of help, please also let me know. And I'm going to try to be easy on all of us for the rest of the semester. Okay, that's it. Have a good week. I'm here for you if you need me.